Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NWA Power Review for the 19th of um, July 2022. NWA continues to be a great show, and this is the race to the chase. Max the Impaler defeats Ela, Ella Envy and Taya Valkyrie. Impaler is a very um, reckless and potentially dangerous wrestler from what I've seen. Um, anyway, Max uh, comes up against Camille sooner or later. Uh, Ella MV asks for competition and ends up facing Max. Uh, she then protests that she doesn't even know how she got in this. I'm the champion. Valkyrie or Max doesn't seem to matter to this. Poor tag team champion gets destroyed within the first couple of minutes of the match. Envy then rolls to the outside crying and very unhappy with the beating that she takes. Valkyrie then takes Max down with a clothesline. Envy breaks up the pinfall, demanding respect because she's champion. She is tossed in the air by a Valkyrie German suplex for her trouble. Max then hits a couple of forearms in the corner on Valkyrie. Taya then hits the curve stomp on Max, but then gets taken out by Envy. Envy turns and screams about Max chasing her down, which doesn't make her happy either. Envy then slipped out, power slam, and shoved Max into the ring and into the ring post before hitting a draping DDT for Valkyrie. Max then hits a spear on Valkyrie and hits the to the wasteland on Envy for the pinfall. James Mitchell comes out and seems to try to get Max into the stable. OGK, Mike Bennett, Mike and Matt Taven, and La Rebellion, Mecha Wolf, and Beasta 666 with Damien 666 went to a double disqualification. Um, Damien 666 is in fact here. Damien has face painted, but he's got a bit of a bald spot because the last time he's probably seen on American national television was a long time ago, probably 2 decades. Opening segment of the match is very basic. OGK working quite well together. Taven ends up with a dropkick and yells his name. Damien gets on the apron and yells his name, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Beasta then hits a tope on Bennett, and then Taven hits one on Beasta, so we're pretty even. Mecha Wolf then hits a dive to the outside on everyone, and the crowd's happy with that. Taven and Beasta both throw kicks at the same time. They are crashing to the floor. All four men make it back into the ring. Taven then eats a couple of kicks from La Rebellion before they hit the nail in the coffin for near fall. Taven then sends Mecha Wolf to the floor. Bennett then hits the Death Valley Driver on Beasta, and OGK super kicks Damien, who gets on the apron. Both teams started brawling, and the ref gets shoved, so he throws the match out. Damien then comes in and spits mist in the face of Taven. Taryn Tyrell and Natalia Markova are there with May Valentine. Markova talks about the concussion she suffered match with Valkyrie. Tyrell tries to translate for her because of her accent. This isn't needed. Chiron and Austin Idol were with May Valentine. Idol says relationship with Chiron is better than ever. If Chiron listened to him, he'd be the next NWA National Champion. Um, anyway, Magic Jake Dumas with CJ defeats Eric Jackson. Um, anyway, so Jackson attacks and goes for the monkey flip, but that doesn't go very well for him. Dumas does a torture rack neck breaker while yelling abracadabra, among other things. For pinfall, Dumas rakes and playing card across Jackson's eyes before leaving the ring. Okay, Billy Corgan with Kyle Davis talks about Race for the Chase mini tournament. Corgan talked about how he promised Cardona family things at Always Ready, but he reserved the right to remove someone in the number one contender spot if they didn't represent the company well. He said he intends to fulfill his promise to the Cardona family. Odinson and Colby Carino were with May Valentine. Valentine asked if they thought they had a chance of beating Tyrus, and Odinson looks like that's a ridiculous question because, of course, he thought he had a chance. Colby then asked about being obsessed with Kerry Morton, and Carino fires back that that's a dumb question, and that Morton's the one obsessed with him. Nick Aldis defeats Mike Knox with VSK, Brian Myers, and Tom Latimer in a four-way match. Not particularly a fan of that. Anyway, Latimer takes it to Knox early and Myers right away, but they don't work that well together. They attempt to double team Myers, and there's a miscommunication with the Cardonas, leaving strictly business, reuniting with Latimer and Aldis working together, taking out Myers in the trouble. Knox and Myers are able to send Aldis into the ring post face first and double team Latimer for a bit before hitting a double suplex on Aldis. Knox and Myers then go for a double team, but Aldis slips out and lands the Olympic slam on Knox before going for the superplex on Myers. Knox then rushes in and hits Tower of Doom powerbomb for Aldis on Myers. Latimer then manages to come back and rushes in and hit a big back suplex on Knox. But Myers broke up Knox, and Myers then tries to hit a crossbody on Aldis, but Aldis moves and Knox crushes Myers and sends Latimer and Knox crashing into each other, and this leads to Aldis pinning Myers to become the number one contender, which I believe, due to injury, has already been rescinded. But anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.